Captain set up short on ES on the 6 NT Rinko. ES on the 50 NT Rinko is a negative candle, so the market is under pressure. See? All right. That's, yeah, we need to give this market a little bit more time and let them figure out what they want to do. Because that's not what they should be doing in this spot. They got you 3 times? Where? Here? But this is not a market you want to overtrade to begin with. No, 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 no. Yeah, you got to be very careful here. You're in and around Globex. Um, literally, this thing, like, okay, so that switch trade right here, which happened to be a captain setup short that failed, you're really looking for a quick explosion. And if it doesn't happen, and if it pauses, you got to get out and not over trade it. The reason why you're in and around Globex, like literally in the middle of all price action. Now, let me tell you this. If we break above 133, we'll have a captain set up long on the 70 NT Rinko, and that could be a catalyst for an upward momentum. I don't want to be active in this area. You shouldn't be active in this area either. 8:48. We got 12 minutes to the top of the hour. Yep, yep. In 10 minutes, Brad. Absolutely. Yeah, we got news coming up. Be careful. This is a market that's building stops on both sides of the market. And you just have to be under trading this environment, exactly this spot. I tried it once, made a little bit of money. It didn't pan out for anything bigger than this quick scalp. Don't get too excited here and don't overtrade this environment. We have news coming up in 10 minutes. Be disciplined, be focused, read the market more than you trade it here. Good morning, Khaled. Good morning. Good morning. A 1 minute to the news. We got important news coming up. We got ISM manufacturing PMI jolt job opening coming up in few seconds here. Here we go. And off you go. So what do we have here? What do we have so far? Cloud negative. The 200, the NT Rinko and the 100 are in sync on the upside. We're consolidating with a lot of noise in this market. I want to avoid this price action, especially the way it's behaving. I want to see price action either breaking above the Globex high or the Globex low. If the market continue to do what it's doing right now, I will just look for scalping opportunity within these ranges and kind of do that. Now we have a 151. If we break 151, there'll be a captain setup switch trade on the 70 NT Rinko, and that will be a significant behavior. 51. Yeah. Took one off to pay for the trade, and we're looking for target number 3. And I want to reduce my exposure here. Where is this? 122, really? Come on now. Yeah, we need to break that 150 again, and that will set us up for a big run into the 60s. Okay. Okay. I gotta take that stop. I probably gotta go short here. That's double captain setup, and I'm gonna have to get aggressive with it. Yeah, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. $95 is a target. What kind of shenanigans are they doing here? Took one off to reduce risk, and I want to see if we can push into below 100. I mean, that's ultimately the goal here. And the 95 is my target. In a minute, Sheila, we're in the middle of trade here. I think I should be breaking even right now. Switch trade right here will set us up for a good push to that 100. I'm gonna put my stop at 19. And if it gives us a switch trade, great. And if it doesn't, and it flips up, then I'm gonna get out for the profit that I need. Yeah, if they put a captain set up here, then I have to be out. Okay. So ES, let's see here. I mean, you're really more inclined to the short side than the long side because the 50 NT wrinkle is a sell candle, and we're looking at rallies as a shorting opportunities in this instrument. If we can get a run up to the 80s and a pause and a one candle reversal, then I'll take a look at it. $25. $25. Why did I get short? 25. Okay. So I got out. So they put a captain setup switch trade on the 70 NT wrinkle. So the expectation there is to see a push to the 60s and the 70s. I got in at the 50 and the 40, took one contract off for a profit, and held on to the second one for the full stop. And sure enough, they came in and took me out. So that gives me basically a double captain setup. Short, I got short and I added to it here, covered some and covered some. And it's just really not directional. The expectation here, especially with this behavior, is to see selling pressure, but it's going to trigger under 110. So if we get 110 again or below 110 again, then yeah, I'll play. Otherwise, I'm going to leave this alone because it's quite the choppy market. right now. I don't know how we did actually. Let's just see. Yeah, FMC is a bit tough, but let's just keep focused on what we can do. So this is where I'm at for the day so far. Um, Basically a flat here. We lost a little bit of money here. On that second one, we made a little bit of money off the first initial one. So we're down 285. Nice. That's not a big deal at all. We can manage that. And let's just keep working. Let's give this market a little bit of time. And trading around Globex, it's constant this type of behavior where you're getting, back and forth price action. Yep. That is just messy, messy, messy. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, 70 is messy. I got involved in that one. I got chopped up a little bit. That's okay. Some days are going to be a little bit harder than others, but we'll just keep working, keep trading, be just fine. All right, it's either gonna happen here very quickly or not. So let's see if I can get up, go and break even. It's either gonna punch up or not. Okay, I guess not. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess around with this market. Even if I get stopped out and it runs, I wanna control my risk a little bit tighter in this type of environment. That's a switch trade right here, and the expectation is to see 45 quick. You hold that into the 50, the 55. There's a little bit more noise in this market than I like. I mean, he gave me a five pointer, but I'm looking for a little bit more than just 5 points. I mean, if they do another switch trade, I'll just jump back in and I will do the same exact thing. Either it's going to run here or it's not. Alrighty. Take 5 points, man. I mean, that's about all you got. I made a little bit off of it. This is silly. All right. We'll grind. If we grind our way out of it, we'll grind our way out of it. I mean, here, yeah, it's just, they're playing around Globex. I'm too active here than I should be honest with you. Here comes another rotation. I'm not, no, that's okay. I'm not gonna play it. I'll just leave it alone. Let it breathe a little bit. Okay, they're putting the captain setup here on the 20 NT wrinkle. That's not what you want to see for momentum on the upside. Or really, there's no momentum on either side, actually. But 923. Yeah, that's a market we want to be patient with. So where do we think momentum will start picking up? Anything above 170 and anything under 66. And actually, if do you trade anything under 100, 12,100, you'll start picking up some momentum on the short side. And anything above that 170, the longs will be in control. Right now, if we break anything above 151, pullbacks become viable again. Anything in between those two these levels? Anything in between is just junk. Yeah, just follow the signals or stay on the sideline and don't try to get creative in a market that is behaving like this. Like this is not the time to get cute. It's not the time to get creative. Just simply wait for the market to actually break out of this range and just participate at that time. This is literally a very grindy market. The the tone of this market is more long than short, by the way. we break the 50s, then that will set the stage for pullbacks being viable. And we can examine that idea once we get there. You're getting a switch trade on the 40 NT Rinko at 141. You should get 51 quick here, Omer. Yeah, it's coming up. Make sure you protect your profits and also go break even as quickly as you could in an environment that looks like this. Okay. This candle closes high. I'm gonna jump in, take a chance. All right, I put my stop order right there. Yeah, let's see if we can. We need momentum here. And my stop is right there. It's either gonna happen or it's not. Took one off just to kind of help out a little bit in that 51. Where's the 51? Where? Let me see here. Yeah. So now this is where it gets a little bit weird. Is 24. My stop should be 24. So that's 24 points. And I should be picking up some momentum to 60s and 65s against that low. And I have to accept that low as a stop. Otherwise, I'll find myself, getting chopped up. Okay, let's go. 65 is where it needs to go. All right, I'm stopping myself right here, and we'll see if I can get another opportunity. I mean, it's not. I'm not seeing momentum here. It's pausing. We're threading the needle here. Like, you got a captain set up short on ES. Now let's imagine, right? Let's imagine the market comes back down to 24.25. 24.25. If we do that, rallies become shortable again because you got double captain setups on the 70 into Rinko, and then you're looking for a break at 105, then a break to 92 to 85 if that happens. So the trigger to all of that is a break below the 24. Yeah, I mean you got that captain set up short on ES. That's a good one to play around with. I'm gonna suggest that most of you need to avoid this market today. Avoid this morning price action. This is a fairly tricky market. You have to be a scalper and very nimble one at it. Yeah, you could play that game of fading these edges, especially with the captain setup on ES building up. I mean, you may even get, I mean, that's what I'm hoping to see, a push toward that 25. And if that happens, I'm going to start looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity. There you go. What happened if this candle closes lower? That's a switch trade right there. And I mean, I'll give it a shot and see if we can pick up steam toward the 24. And then from there, I can potentially add on rallies and see what happens from there. If that happens, okay, so it didn't happen. No switch trade, so there's no trade. Yeah, that would be nice, Omer, if we can see that captain set up short come in, but it's coming in the middle of the range again, but just two of them in a row. I would hope to see the 24 show up into a break below 105, then we can see the 80s. I mean, that would be a good scenario. It would be worth the risk of holding on to a full stop above the 50 at that point. Well, 146, you're gonna break even here in a minute. Would be interesting to see 79.75 on ES. Will put on a captain setup switch trade short on ES at 79.75. If that happens, I'll shoot up for a short on NQ and look for that 24 uh, price action. Come on, 24. Come on. I know I may be asking for a lot, but let's see here. I'm gonna take that one at 28 and look for a rally to get back in. I gotta make some money here. I mean, because it's prone to bounce right here, but the 24 is just happening. So rallies are shortable again. They may flush it and never look back. They should rally this thing a little bit here. Oh, bastards. Ah, that's all right. That's all right. I made a little bit off of that deal. And that would be 100 NT Rinko captain setup short. So we really need to get short. But we need to get short on rallies, and I don't want to just get short right here. Here it comes. See what triggered my behavior there is look at that. Captain setup, switch trade on ES. So that would be a good catalyst for a push into the 77, 75. And that would give me a little bit of room for my trade to work, especially with 70 NT Rinko turning negative, and now we have 100 NT Rinko short as well. So I want to get short again, and I'm willing to add to it. I'll take it right here. Just build it up, build it up. We're expecting a flush into the 12,000 and also the 80 with the structure that we have right now. But I gotta scalp it in this environment. Mm. Yeah, they're gonna play games here. It's quite obvious they're gonna play games. Let them play the games. They're gonna punch it up a little bit here, try to flush people out. They're gonna put a captain setup on ES at 77, and if that happens, then that would be a rally I would be interested in. And if they don't and they flush it, then I'm not gonna just chase it. I need better price structure. I like the 100 NT Rinko, Omer. I really do. Well, I mean, here it goes. I mean, we're trading really right on Globex, and you know how I hate that with passion, right? We've been here before. We know what it does. It's a lot of zigzag price action, a lot of trapping, a lot of consolidations. They spend time trying to get the weak hands out of their hands here. This is an area of balance. I'll cover into it. I don't want to establish a position at it. And here they may flush this market, and I understand that, but I got to protect my risk. The 100 NT Rinko. I mean, there's not a lot of space between the 100 and the middle of the range. We're getting better price action now. We are getting better price action. You're getting 100 NT Rinko captain setup short. You're getting a captain setup short switch trade on ES. You're getting a double captain setup short on the 70 NT Rinko. So that is a distribution area between the 130 to the 150 that is significant. And they're gonna break it to our targets, the 80s. You're gonna see the 80s out of this thing. Look at these bastards. I know. It looked like it's gonna do it. That's okay, Panos. They'll give us an opportunity like this again and again and again. I mean, I took 123 to 17. I took 6 points off of that move, and I thought I was doing good. I mean, everything is kind of lining up on the short side here, but that's the environment. Now the behavior is the harmony wave, and now you're getting signals. So things are the 200 NT Rinko is completely reversing, and that is, man, oof, good work. Hopefully you guys made some money here. And here comes the 80. Here comes the 80. Waiting on rallies as a shorting opportunity. Good job, Khaled. You made money off of that? Do you know what? That's okay. Just understand that you need to see more of this. You need to see more of it. And the more you see of it, the more confidence you have in sticking around. Trading micro, Khaled. Okay, that's fine, man. Doesn't matter. Decision is a decision. Trade is a trade. You could do it with 1 micro or 10 minis. The decision is the same. Keep making good decisions. I feel like we're making good decisions here. I mean, we kept it tight in an environment that is very scalpy, and we started to, stick around a little bit longer in this type of environment, which is a good thing to do. We missed on that big move right here, which is okay. That's fine. This is where I'm at for the day. It's a grinder of a day. I usually don't trade that much, especially in the morning. You know, it just, this is the kind of market that I had to kind of operate within. You see a lot of scalps. I mean, we got stopped out on that captain setup switch trade on the 70 NT Rinko, which is a very legitimate um, entry point. We made a little bit of money, got stopped out on that one. Then we made flatted that trade and just grinded our way up to a profit. Some days you gotta just do that. You gotta know how to do that. Just keep working. Yeah, we're coming on the 80. Man, that captain set up too. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. A lot of good stuff going on here. I mean, they're gonna flush it, continue to flush it into the 80. I just cannot short here. It's just personally, I just cannot. I mean, we're at target number 3 actually, and if anything, this is an area where the market uh, can fade to the upside. Probably go retest Globex. Yeah, the new time, Panos. Uh, wait here. Let me see because I didn't understand your question. We said here comes the 80. Boy, oh boy. Good morning, Juan. How are you? So, how is everybody doing so far? Hopefully, you managed to survive this price action and made a little bit of money. We're up slightly today, a couple of $100 in a what I would think is a tough environment, trading environment, but it became clearer and clearer and clearer as the day progressed. So how we're doing? Jeff, how are we doing? Gary, any trades? Brad, Adam. Okay. Yeah, that's the beauty of Apex, man. Yeah, you're born again and you're going after it again. Good deal. Brad, Gary, Sheila, any trades? Jeff, Jose, any trades? How we doing, Jose? Joseph, how we doing? James, Juan, Ken, Khaled. Khan is discipline and staying away. Okay, I get it. Down 15 points. That's manageable. Safe, no trades. Loan, how we doing? No trades, very difficult environment. But see, the beauty here is you actually recognizing it and you're saying to yourself, I don't want to play here. That's where that's the improvement big time. Okay, Jeff, that's good. That's managing your emotions and managing your risk. Sheila, high premiums right now. We'll wait until the end of the day. Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody's anticipating the FOMC, so that's what you're getting out. And typically, uh, historically, and I'm talking about years and years and years of doing this. I avoid trading the morning before FOMC because of this kind of shenanigans that you're seeing. But today, I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm getting like a burst of energy, and I just wanted to use it. So here we go. We're trading small for a day like this. Yeah, on the sideline, Jeff. Good deal. I made a few $100s. That's good. I'm doing okay. Thanks. Okay, good deal. Your evaluation account. Okay. Pat, where's Pat? How's Pat doing? Omer. Ah, yeah, we got to talk about that. We'll talk about that in a minute here. It's painful when it happens, Pat, but there's always a lesson in it that will make you better and better and better for the next one. Every single one in the room been there, and the key is what do we do next? What do we know next? We start again, and we learn from the experience that we had prior to that. And it's typically the lesson is not a technical one; it's an emotional one. So when we're looking at the 200 NT wrinkle, we're in the middle of the range on the 100, and we had one candle reversal on the 200. So we're looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity. So what do I want to see happen? I mean, potentially a retest of Globex and Harmony Zone number one, and that will give me a bit of space for a short to work toward the lows again. That would be one scenario. And remember, we're still in the body. All this, all what you saw today, we're still in the body of the Globex band. We have not really broken it either up or down. The key, Omer, is to digest that emotions and not make it more significant than what it is. Actually, I find sometimes that if you put too much space between you and a negative experience, that would be counterproductive. And the reality is you should just take it as simply as a learning experience. Okay, you learned, no emotions involved. Let's just go back in there, do it again with the lessons that I learned. Spend a day digesting that experience and get back in the game. We had traders in the past where they have a bad day, they take a month off. Not not healthy. You think it's healthy, it's not healthy because you just make the experience so traumatic in your mind that you need that much space to recover. And in reality, all you got to do is make it as nothing but a learning experience and jump back in and let's apply what we learned. It's a different mindset. You take a day, you take two. It's resiliency and the capacity to emotionally recover very, very quickly is the skill that you're learning, not you're getting hit with what you feel is a traumatic event and you're taking a month off so you could recover. That means that you emotionally you lack resilience. You got to learn from. I read a book about special forces and the training they go through and the type of mindset that they have. And they always fail. When they fail forward. That's just one of the statements that stuck with me. They fail forward because they cannot afford to get hit uh, and then sit there pondering the purpose of life and why things are happening. They just literally are in a life or death situation, and they have to take whatever adversity, turn it into a positive, and move forward. Keep moving forward. It was very um, enlightening book that I read, and it's really teaches you mental resilience. At least from the perspective of a special forces operator. There's a lot of books saved that will teach you that, but one of them, the one that I read, I'll put the link in there for you. Um, Here you go. I mean, I don't know if that it's just too big of a link, but that's from Amazon. The name of the book is Extreme Ownership: How U.S. Navy SEALs Lead and Win. And this author is very well known. His name is Jocko Willenick. Definitely a worth read. It's a bestseller. Pick it up. You will learn a lot. I'm about to pick up another one here, and here it comes. I think I need a refresher on this as well. There we go. Buy this book. Let's get going here. All right, good deal. Deliver, and it's on the way. Here we go. So I just picked up this book again. Another one. Share and copy link. Here we go. So I picked up this book just now, and that is this. So I'll spend time reading that. Always learn from people that they have the most to lose. Because if these guys don't get their stuff together under stress, they sacrifice the ultimate sacrifice, which is their life. Learn from those type of people, because the lessons they teach you are practical and life learned and significant. All right, so we're getting the test, right? We're getting the test here. What I want to see is a lower high. So that's a move. I want to see a pullback, then a run up, and a failure to make a new high. And that will put us in a structure that can support a push lower. We hit our target, the 80 to the T. I mean, on that one, in that rotation, like literally, we said it's gonna go to the 80, got to the 80, and reversed. I'm gonna go in short at that 26. I flattered that trade. The push down should be a lot quicker than what it is right now. So we came to test harmony zone number 1, and we ran up to the top end of it and a little bit above, and that was a good spot to get short for a push toward glowbacks and lower. And then we can look at a potential reversal of the cloud. It's still, there's a lot of strength in here, and I flatted that trade. Now, if the market pulls back and pushes to 125.75, that'll be a captain setup short, and that will get us down to 116 and potentially 110. Yeah, that's interesting right here. For them to reverse that much. This is harmony wave number 2 here. So really between those two levels, the market, if it wants to continue the pressure lower, has to hold on to these levels right here. Yeah, the 150 was a struggle for this market. So every rotation, you get the market to test these two levels. One, the harmony zone number 1, harmony zone number 2. If you fail harmony zone 2, then you're going to get a full complete reversal in the market. High probability of that happening, which is 165. But when the market comes up to these levels, it then shows signs of an exhaustion. Then you got a couple of options. One of them is to test them the way I just tested them, or simply wait and let them get tested and make a lower high, and then have the cloud shift negative, and then go with a new harmony wave short and a signal at the beginning of it. That would be the conservative way of doing that. But typically, the first tests of zone 1 and zone 2, you get a bit of a reaction. And this is showing a little bit more strength than I would like to see. But still, the market is not out of the woodwork when it's not out of, like, the shorts can really come in here hard and fade that whole area, especially below Globex at 115. You're running into the double captain setups on the 70 NT Rinko as well in this area. So that gives me comfort that, any short I get here has that 51 as a stop. And actually in that rotation, I have the flexibility to add to the trade and manage it. It just, I don't feel like having to do that today, but that's an option for me. So now you have the capacity to simply just wait for the market to shift the cloud and give you the harmony wave and the signal, or we faded into that and we have another opportunity to fade at zone 2 and watch the market turn back. The market is very susceptible to coming back to Globex. Yeah, and you're running into the 200, the 100 NT Rinko captain setup as well. So that's my rationale behind trying to get short here. But at the same time, I wanna see kind of a reward fairly quickly. Like I don't want to see what I was seeing here. Okay, I got in here. Okay, I get it. The market runs up a couple more candles, which is fine. I can get in a little bit more. Then this candle closure should not have reversed. Like I should have gotten target number 2 and the third candle dripping into the harmony wave and starting to move toward the 116. That's what should have happened. And the fact that the market kept hitting that and bouncing back, I was like, okay, I have two options. I can just leave it alone and, work the trade into this zone, but I'm assuming, about a 10 to 20 point drawdown on 2 contracts. That's $800. And then I'm finding myself working zone number 2. And then I mean that's no guarantee that's going to work either, right? So I mean if it runs up another 10 point, then I'm looking at a over $1,000 risk, probably around $1,500 trade. So do I want to invest that much money in an environment that is not necessarily a momentum environment? Nah, not really. But I like the fact that we're running into the double captain setup on the 70. We're running right into the captain setup on the 100. There's a lot of things going on for that trade that makes it worth testing. But that's all I did here, is just to test it. And once it didn't test well, I actually ended up making $10 out of that whole rotation. And I'll take it. Something interesting that's happening here is just how slow things just became here. Yeah. That tells you something, that I think the market is going into this mode of waiting for the FOMC. And typically in a market like that, they drifted higher. Yeah, and yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. FOMC, when the FOMC happens, oh, just it's it's a wild one. It is a wild one, isn't it? Yeah, usually the first couple of moves and after the FOMC announcement is always erratic. Then things tend to trend nicely after that. Yeah, keep an eye on the 200 into your wrinkle because that's going to be your ultimate guide to direction. Yeah, we've seen that happen too. Yeah. So they're putting on a switch trade right here, short. And they're pushing it. And here it comes. Yeah, most likely we're going to get to that 116. Yeah, 116 is a Globex. What's the question, Cal? You asking why or is it? Yes, it is. Is it going to 116? I mean, that's just the area where I think it should go there. Typically, they trap people running up above it and then come back to retest it. That's the rationale behind me trying to even get short right here, is to get down to the 116 and then potentially lower. It paused here. It required a little bit more risk than I was willing to take in this type of environment, so I flatted the trade. But ultimately, that's what I think. Testing zone number one, zone number two, uh, the lower high that they put in here has the potential of breaking target number two and go down to 115 or 116 and below that. Here it comes. Here you go. You're in it. I mean, you gotta be a little bit more detailed versus cryptic. Are you long, short, and what are we talking about here? Okay. Okay. Well, here you go. You made money. So looking back at that trade, I got to ask myself a question here. What would have kept me in the trade? What would have kept me in the trade is having a little bit wider risk tolerance, which I didn't have for a deal that looks like this. That's what would have kept me in the trade. And what also kept me in the trade is a capacity to also trade in zone number two and adding to it once we got there. And another trade would have been adding opportunities, the switch trade right here at 131. So that's what would have had to happen in order for me to have traded it in a different way than the way I did. I flatted the trade versus just making money in it. Anyway, so it's 10:57. We got 3 minutes to the top of the hour. I am up $210 for an above average trading volume for me. I typically will trade under I think I'd had like 6, 7 decisions or so. I usually trade under that. And really it was a struggle, but we ended up coming up ahead. Positive day, I'll take it. We have the FOMC, which we expect, excuse me. We expect things to get livelier, and we'll go from there. We need to start having bigger days, but I'll take the days as they come. All right, guys, that's it for me. We need to get going here on our meetings, training meetings. So that concludes my day. We're up $210, and we will do this again tomorrow. If you're trading the FOMC meeting, you just make sure that you keep your risk in control and wait the first 15, half an hour, and watch the 200 into your Inco. It's going to be your guide to which direction you need to take. And we will see you bright and early tomorrow. You guys have a good one. Pat, I'm going to close the room and just jump back in once I reopen it, okay?